This is going to be the last chance for the rookies to gain points on their own terms. This is at this stage, but the wins are really going to matter. Not only that, once again, the time limit is cut down. On the previous show, it was 10 minutes, and it was under regular rules. This time round, it's hardcore tornado tag rules, and the matches are only 5 minutes. So, you've got to get the win, and you've got to get it quickly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this first one, Benjamin Daniel and Zinyak, and they will face Billy Bowers and Guile. Both of these two teams in desperate need of a win, because pretty much all of them could be in danger, with the exception of Brandon Wolf. However, he could still be in danger depending on the pro and public results. However, really
it's annoying every time I hear this music.
Why? Once again, going back to the days of the Republic?
Yes.
Do you remember who the members of the Republic were?
Yeah, a member that got taken out, and the rest, well, one on the side of the unrealized, the other two are the biggest jackass planet.
Of course, you refer to Sector, Zoloark, Reptile, and Sebulba.
Indeed.
Well, anyway, last season, Benjamin Daniel, along with Anton Kunek, they were the youth of the Republic. And Benjamin Daniel would make it to the final last time round. He'll be trying to look to get there again. However, at this stage in the game, given the amount of points you can get for a win, first place at this, for matches at least, is sealed. Even if Billy Bowers and Guile and El Navino and Hitmonchan, who currently have 6 points and are joint for second, if they were to win, it wouldn't matter. Because Brandon Wolf and you two have got away with it already. They have 10 points.
Wait, what is... Let me just think this out.
Yeah, because there's only one match left, this matchup, and you can get 3 points from a win.
But what if...
So really the only thing that is actually separating, the real only thing that's separating Billy Bowers and Guile from El Navino and Hitmonchan is points difference. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, here's Guile. And here comes Billy. Of course, Guile has been one of the other individuals who supposedly might represent CXWI. So he might be one of your opponents for Melee.
This is a good scouting opportunity for me for Guile.
Well, of course, remember,
another...
of course, the scoring system for points, not so much for scoring for winning matches, losing matches, tying matches, but for points, it remains the same. If a pro pins a rookie, it's 2-0. If a pro pins a pro, 4-0. If a rookie beats a rookie, 6-0. If a rookie beats a pro, 8-0. So far in this set, we have actually only had 2 8-0 wins. Both of them by El Navino.
Yeah, so that could be a factor you got to consider. But
so El Navino is actually very good with the points in comparison to Billy and Guile, which sounds a bit like a children's TV show. But anyway, as you've noticed, remember, only 5 minutes to get the win. It's a flash match, as we'd like to call them. I remember once there was a world title flash match that you had with Jack Stanbridge, and Jack beat you with a Texas Cloverleaf. You see now Billy going after Zinyak. And Benjamin Daniel going after Guile.
There is another individual that could be involved in that fatal 4-way match on Melee. Vince Ford.
Well, he'll be in action next in what is a battle between first and last. That will be an interesting one to see. It's all or nothing right now for Roy Summers and Vince Ford. And really, only pride to gain for Brandon Wolf and Mewtwo. Nicely done there by Zinyak. You know, if I were these two teams, what would you rather do? If you were like a pro, would you rather get the fall yourself and just get the win on the board, or try to let your rookie get the fall, get the points on the board, and get the scores on the board, excuse me, and get the points?
Well, I've been a pro, so you kind of.
What would you do then?
When I was a pro last time,
when you were in this tag team situation, like if it was do or die and you only had 5 minutes.
I was never in a do or die situation. That was your.
Well, that's it. What would you do if you were in this situation? Sort of like, if you need to get the win, but also points would come in handy, would you go for the win yourself and get less points? Or would you try and let your rookie get the fall and get the score for the win and get more points?
But remember,
would you try and get the fall yourself, or would you try to let your rookie get the fall?
Back in Season 1, the point system was different to this.
Yes.
And that time, me and Johnny Blaze were arguably the toughest team to face because we were unstoppable. I'd have
to disagree. I'd have to say that Gold Skull and Luigi, because that was the season that they were in, and of course Gold Skull made it to 2nd place that season.
Yeah.
Returned this season and ended up being disqualified. But again, I ask you the question, G-Van, what would you do in this situation?
Personally, for me, and this is not to boost my own ego, I would actually go for the fall.
You'd go for the fall yourself?
Not to boost my own ego, but to guarantee
just to get the win.
Guarantee the win more than anything. Then pretty much the same if Johnny Blaze just go for the win. We always kept going for the win. And not
well, of course, we go back to when Johnny Blaze was actually a pro. The few seasons later when he managed Jacob Hammer.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much that Johnny Blaze would do all the work and then just let Jacob Hammer get the fall. So really it was the situation, he took the situation of doing the work and then letting the rookie get the fall. However, this is tornado rules, so you can't do that. Guile gets thrown to the outside.
We did have a case of tornado tag, and yeah, I got the ball in that. But in all fairness,
cover!
I think this might be it. No.
Oh wait a minute, he's not done. Oh look at on the outside. What's the ref doing? The referee, I think, got confused. He just gets kicked in the head by Zinyak. Upsy daisy, brainbuster. And look on the outside. German suplexes from Guile!
Oh snap! I think that might be
Billy!
it.
Oh wait a minute! Oh, he's gonna do it again! Oh, but look at Guile on the outside of cover! 1, 2. A kick out! And now Spybuster cover on the inside! Guile's gonna get there! And he does.
Pace of Guile pretty much saving the match right there for his team.
Well, I have to say this right now. Guile and Billy could try to stag 2nd, and they'd have to get the win here and then hope that El Navino and Hitmonchan lose to Gregory Andrews and Austin Uhas. Because it's getting to the desperate situation. We've only got 1 minute left in this matchup. We could end up with a draw.
Or we could end up with...
Oh, Guile kicking out. Guile still fighting. Billy Bowers right now is out.
But all Billy Bowers needs is one thing.
All he needs is really for Guile. If Guile could do it, it would still go down for Billy Bowers. Nicely done there. And Billy's back up. He doesn't go for the cover. Why didn't he go for the cover? Now, but there's one for Benjamin Daniel.
I think that might have just sealed it. That just sealed it.
It's out!
Oh,
wow!
God, that just saved them.
Well, I wouldn't say it so much saved them. It definitely put Benjamin Daniel and Zinyak in the danger zone. But...
no, it saved them in the fact that one...
Take a look, here we go. Just when it looked like that Zinyak was going to save down Benjamin Daniel, Guile hits that slam. And you can see Benjamin Daniel tries to get up, but really after that, there's no chance. So it goes down as 2-0. However, it It's still 3 points on the board for Billy and Guile. Alright, a battle now between first and last.
By the way, what I was referring to was the timing of that. It saved them from getting a draw. The time was very...
A draw at this stage would be risky, of course.
That's why I say they saved them. So, if
well,
you look at it that...
Well, look at it like this stuff. But look at it though from this situation. In this situation, it is more dire. Because really, if you look at the bottom two, Gregory Andrews and Austin Uaz, Royce Summers and Vince Ford. For Gregory and Austin, their fate really is in their own hands. Win, and they won't come last. But for Royce and Vince, they've got to win this match against the duo that have been undefeated throughout this set, and then hope that Gregory Andrews and Austin Uaz lose against El Navino and Hitmonchan. Well, that's going to be tough because these two right now, they have been on a roll. They've had 3 wins and a draw, well technically 2 draws, but that was of course the forfeit as a result of the interference by Miss Moto. But so far, Royce and, Brandon and,
well, both of them, I'm going to reveal something, both of them have been seeking advice from some, well, Mewtwo...
Well, take a look at this, Brandon and Mewtwo. So far, Brandon picked up the win on the first show over Gregory Andrews. It would then be Mewtwo that would pick up the win on the second show over Guile. The match against El Navino and Hitmonchan never ended up happening because of the interference by Miss Moto. And really the match, even though it was technically listed a draw, it was considered forfeit, so it went down as a win for them. And then they drew against Bedford, Daniel and Zinyak. For these two though, so really with that, they've got 10 points on the board now. They're guaranteed first, at least from matches. The pro and public result will determine the rest. But for these two right now, Vince Ford and Royce Summers, it is more of a deadly situation. They've only had 1 win this set, and that was over Gregory Andrews and Austin Yu has, in which Vince Ford will get the fall over Gregory Andrews.
But there's one thing we don't know about Vince Ford. Is he with us or is he against us?
You mean the Unholy Alliance thing?
Yeah.
So far, Vince Ford hasn't expressed any sort of opinion one way or the other.
Well, I don't think he does speak a little bit of English. Not.
Well, no, he speaks quite good English. What do you mean a little bit? He's actually almost fluent.
But
well, he is fluent, although he doesn't actually prefer speaking English. I have to say that much. He always does prefer to speak his native tongue. Well, here comes the rookie that really needs the win. That's Royce Summers. Of course, interestingly, as it stands right now with the table following the win for Billy Bowers and Guile, all 3 of the returning rookies are in the bottom 3. As it stands right now. Anyway, here is Royce Summers, and if he can't get the win here, he'll have to hope he's impressed the pros and the public enough. Alright, here we go.
Speaking of the pros, there was something interesting I was going to say before you interrupted. That was Brandon Wolf has actually been seeking advice from fellow members of the Unholy Alliance.
Well, of course, he is one of the individuals that's adopted the white attire in response to the cabinet's all black.
He is a member of the Unholy Alliance.
Interestingly though, Gregory Andrews